Interest rate benchmarks have always played and play a key role in financial market infrastructure. The ubiquitous nature of IBORs and the amount of financial products linked to LIBOR clearly define the magnitude and the relevance of this transition that comes with challenges and impacts all market participants. LIBOR and other interest benchmark rates have attracted headlines in recent years, mainly due to evidences of manipulation, but also due to the falling liquidity in their underlying markets. The problems affecting IBORs led to the first recommendations set by the Financial Stability Board in 2014. As a consequence, several countries established working groups and committees with the active support of market participants, regulators and central bank to redesign IBORs and create and adopt the new alternative risk-free rates. The goal was and is to isolate a rate that could better define the status of credit market, but also a rate that could be derived by actual transactions, unlike LIBOR that became more exposed to manipulation when it lost the link to real transactions. Since then, and thanks to the job done by those working groups and committees, we now have a nice set of new risk-free rates in place. Ester in the European Union, Sonia in the UK, Sauron in Switzerland, Tona in Japan, and SOFR in the United States. All of those rates are overnight, but all of them depends on the activity of a different working group. There is a different administrator for each of those new rates, and some of those rates are derived from overnight secure transactions, like Sauron and SOFR in Switzerland and the US. Others are derived from unsecured transactions. So the picture is quite different and articulated compared to the previous setup of LIBOR. Furthermore, all those new risk-free rates are overnight, derived from the transactions from the previous day. So those are backward-looking, unlike LIBOR, which is forward-looking and provides the market with term rates.
Yeah, so this seems quite a few things to track. So can you maybe tell us more about the challenges that companies face or will be facing in that transition?
This transition comes with challenges, there is no doubt. I would say that a successful transition depends on several variables and factors, but definitely we cannot neglect collaboration and timing. When it comes to collaboration, success is the result of a collaborative and concerted effort between public and private sectors. On one hand, the public sector, central banks, regulators and authorities should continue providing clear guidelines, instructions and roadmaps so that market participants can navigate easily through the challenge. On the private side, market participants should contribute actively to that process and stop issuing financial products linked to LIBOR and adopt the new risk-free rates and explain their clients the nature of the change and why they're doing this change. When it comes to timing, whilst the end of 2021 may appear far away from us and almost 2 years' time may appear enough to handle this transition, the reality is different and the amount of work to be put in place is enormous, and this requires appropriate planning and accurate activities to be put in place. And again on timing, a very clear message came this year in January from the FCA and the Bank of England. The intention is for the sterling LIBOR to cease existence by the end of 2021. No firm should plan otherwise. And if you look at the terminology and the wording that they used, this is a major step change and leaves us with no doubt about the future of LIBOR after 2021. So 2020 becomes a critical year for handling that transition. And this transition comes with challenges. It's not just moving from miles to kilometers, from one rate to the other. It's about redefining and redesigning the full ecosystem, the full infrastructure of your business. Beside the financial risks associated to the move from one rate to the other, economic, counterparty and valuation risks, there is a nice set of other areas of attention and intervention. Think about contracts and the extensive repapering exercise which is required. Think about the importance of adjusting fallback provisions, and financial institutions cannot avoid touching those provisions, because then they may be exposed to financial and legal risks. Think about edge accounting and potential impact on that logic for corporates. And think about the IT, operational and process-related risks that needs to be managed when you move from one data set to other data sets. And these are just few examples. So market participants should act now and plan appropriately to arrive prepared to the end of 2021. Refinitiv is committed to provide data, analytics, benchmarks to support market participants in a smooth transition from IBORs into new alternative risk-free rates.